Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. I gotta thank Dawdler for XRP. He sends me a lot of great stuff. I noticed he just has 270 followers. Guys, I urge you, follow this guy on Twitter. He retweets out some great information with regards to the cryptocurrency space as a whole. He does also hold XRP, and today he brought this to my attention. Now, I did a video just yesterday, and I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner with regards to Jay Chervinsky and his opinion on this new midnight rule that the Treasury and FinCEN proposed just the other day. This is another deep dive tweet thread from JERALLAIRE, and for those of you guys who do not know, JERALLAIRE is currently the CEO and founder of the digital currency company Circle. You might have heard of Circle, and chairman of the board of Brightcove. And so this guy's been in the cryptocurrency space for a while, and he has obviously he's got a vested interest in this topic. And so it sounds like a lot of these guys are really expressing their concerns about what is going on within the U.S. government with regards to this midnight rule that Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin is proposing just before he's about to leave office. So I'm going to get into this tweet thread, and I will leave it down in the description of the video if you guys want to get in on some of this action. We're going to talk a little bit about this. Here's a deep dive on what's really going on, including the behind the scenes with the Treasury FinCEN proposed rule on unhosted wallets and new record keeping and reporting rules. Hang on to your hat. So, this specific effort has been a personal mission for Secretary Mnuchin for multiple years, this coming from JERALLAIRE. His own view is far more aggressive than the proposed rule put forward. So, we didn't know this about Steven Mnuchin, and now we're learning a little bit more. His original plan was to just drop this as a final rule with zero notice for public comment as a midnight rulemaking on his way out of office. This actually didn't have board support. In fact, very few people were even aware of this plan. As people got word, an intense amount of work went on behind the scenes to try to at least get this for a standard notice and public review. His excuse for not wanting a public review was that public notice would allow the bad guys to quickly move their funds off of regulated exchanges. The real reason is January 20th and the end of his term. There is not broad-based support for this form of major agency inside the government who have a strong and collaborative relationship with industry and would rather see rules developed in an appropriately engaged manner. The other excuse for not having extensive industry review, as noted in the document, is that the Treasury and Mnuchin already met with industry. Yeah, like an hour meeting in 2019 and an hour in 2019. Big friggin' deal. That's not engagement and review. The biggest issue here is first and foremost that 15 days over the holidays is totally inadequate and is just frankly a cynical ploy to jam this through no matter what the feedback comes out. This violates the APA, so if it's jammed through, expect a lawsuit for an injunction. FinCEN are really positive actors and have a strong relationship with industry. I am certain that they would want to take the proper time to review and iterate on these major changes on how crypto transactions work, and I look forward to working through this with them. Same for DOJ, DEA, DHS, Secret Service, FBI, and others who work closely with industry on the actual hard work of chasing bad actors using crypto or the traditional financial system. I don't see any of them angling to jam a rule down. Beyond the time to review as it stands now, the rule does introduce some serious issues, and these need to be better understood and worked on. Another reason for needing more time. Here are these issues, and then he goes on to talk about some of these issues. So first, he says, the rule introduces the potential for a level of financial surveillance that goes beyond anything that exists with the existing banking system. When a large cash transaction happens in banking, a CTR is filed, but law enforcement can't track the cash. In the world of crypto assets, a report that includes a blockchain address essentially gives law enforcement a data feed that includes identity and blockchain addresses and the ability to monitor in real time all of that customer's flows. This is without any consent. Digital bearer assets with public chains combined with identity is a level of surveillance that does not exist in the existing financial system. This deserves a closer look, and it's not clear that just applying CTRs to crypto addresses these risks. So we need more clarity. Will CTRs include blockchain addresses or just name the physical address? The second major issue is around what this says about custodial services enabling customers to interact with smart contracts and public protocols where the recipient or sender is a smart contract, not a person. The basic premise that this is purely a payment system misses the much larger point that this is highly innovative market infrastructure, and this rule doesn't consider what that means. There are clearly ways to address the risk risks that are being discussed here, but it will require industry work to build models for identity attestation that can flow through decentralized protocols, wallets, exchanges, etc. Ideally, rather than just drop a rule that is inherently incompatible with the breakthrough innovations made possible by public chains, we'd have time as an industry to work with regulators to think through these issues. Key thing now is to apply as much pressure as possible and litigate if necessary to ensure the kind of public review, comment, and iteration that this critical new economic infrastructure and innovation deserves. So very interesting perspective. Again, guys, you should check out that video from yesterday. I will also link it in the description of this video if you guys didn't catch it. It had to do with Jake Chervinsky's opinion about this too. He is a crypto lawyer, so he knows a lot about the space, and he does bring his legal perspective to this as well. Mempool down here says, I'm curious about the incentives. What is his motivation? Frank Fibonacci down here says, how much are the banks paying Mnuchin? Is the $100 million he failed to disclose part of the motive? Interesting to think that, this administration is trying to kind of slip this rule through without a sufficient question and answer period from the public, with only 15 days in and around Christmas time, no less. And this is going to have huge ramifications on our crypto assets, how much money we make in this bull run, and where we can deposit that money, how we can deposit, if our funds will be frozen. Now, again, I've done videos on this in the past, and I'm just going to reiterate it once again. Always have a plan, guys, always have a strategy, and always have a few backups. Now, I personally have a BINANCE account. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you guys do want to open up a secondary account. Let's say you're using Coinbase and, Coinbase crashes, or maybe they won't allow you to transfer your funds. It's good to have a few options on the table, so 2 or 3 maybe. I personally have 3 cryptocurrency exchanges that I'm signed up to, and Binance is one of them. I do keep all my cryptocurrency on cold storage for safekeeping to prevent hacks. So I do also have a link in the description for the Ledger Nano. You can use my affiliates if you want, guys. You don't have to use them, though. I'm just letting you guys know, though, that they're down there for ease of use. What I also did was I opened this, and I did this way prematurely, by the way, but I did it nonetheless, and I think you guys should probably think about this as well. Go to a separate bank, not a bank that you currently use for your, day-to-day checking account, bills, paying bills, all that stuff. Go to a different bank and open up a secondary account, a secondary checking account, and, maybe fund it with $100 or so. And what you should be doing is linking that bank account to the cryptocurrency exchanges that you plan to cash out at. And the reason I tell you this is because I heard a story during the last bull run where a guy was trying to transfer all his crypto millions into his checking account that he was paying his bills out of, and they froze his account at the bank level because they saw that he was about to deposit this massive amount of money into this account. And so obviously that brings up the red flags, right? If you've been depositing a few $1,000s here or there over the last 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, if all of a sudden you're now depositing multiple millions of dollars into that account, well, that's going to set off red flags. And so they froze his account, which meant that all his bills also couldn't be paid. So if I can impart any type of wisdom on you for this bull run that's coming up, for these gains that we're going to be making, it's to do just that. Set up a separate account that is separate from all your bills. You do not want your bank account, obviously, to be frozen. And engage with your local politicians, guys. I mean, this kind of midnight rulemaking is going to affect all of us. So again, I will leave this tweet thread down in the description. I think I'm going to leave it there, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.